What's up, everyone? It looks like Gayle came out again trying to be relevant. All I know is that she had a long career as a journalist, and I guess now that she has semi-retired or retired, I think the last job they eased her on out of. So she's got some stuff today. She came on Call Her Daddy podcast and started talking about her marriage and how that fell apart. Now, that happened eons ago, but I guess she has something to say now as to the details of what happened in that marriage and how it all came to an end. So TikTok had some stuff to say about it, and there'll be some clips about what she said on the podcast. And I guess last year she was trying to go on the Blue Origin to go into space, whatever that is. So I guess the relevance is not there anymore. So she's trying to come back out now. But anyways, let me know in the comments if you think that this is even worth bothering.
I love being a local anchor in Connecticut. Had a great career, was very happy there. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. I was at Sirius XM where you are today. I had a show there that I loved. I wouldn't be at Oprah Daily. I wouldn't be at CBS. So many things
happened because you got. But did you ever find out how long they had been together?
Well, he said that it wasn't long. I never did, but I don't believe anything he says. Because at one point, the more I think about this, she because you know what I said? I said, couldn't y'all go to a hotel? He said, that got expensive. So when you say how long, I don't know.
Gayle.
See, keep in mind, I was gone all weekend. I know.
Gayle.
I can't believe the shit he said to me. I can't.
I mean, from the betrayal of a woman looking at you saying he never loved you, he doesn't love you, that is like...
No, she said he doesn't love you. He might have... I think he loved me in the beginning.
Yeah,
she goes, but he doesn't even love you. He's here for the lifestyle. We had a nice lifestyle. And the children.
And you almost want to say to that person, as if you... being here naked right now didn't just kill me.
I know.
You want to kill me even more by
Shouldn't you
saying
be saying
that?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry.
Yes, I know. But
it's the gaslighting.
But there again, I got to thank Oprah for this. She said, you know what? The fact that she could talk to you that way in front of him. Imagine what he has said to her about you.
God, she's
Isn't that good?
God, she's good. That's why she's the best.
Because I hadn't thought of that. She goes, just the fact that she felt comfortable enough in your house, buck naked with your towel, that she could put you down in front of him and he didn't defend you. Imagine what he has told her about you. Isn't that good? And I go, I hadn't thought about that.
No, we're all like, damn, Oprah, we didn't think about that one either. Shit, you're good. Oh, wow.
She's good.
Right, the disrespect is on another You're right. Yes, she should have been screaming, I'm so sorry.
That's what she said. You don't even realize how bad this is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. And so she said, listen, I will send, because like I said, she's always had more money than me. She goes, I will send you tickets. You, Kirby and Will, come to Chicago. You just get on a plane and leave. Just come. And I said, but I have the Greater Hartford Open and I'm live at 5:00 tomorrow. Let me tell you another layer since we're just, us just here chatting. When I said to her, I can't believe you're doing this. She said to me, he doesn't even love you. He's only with you for the children and his lifestyle. Because I was a big time anchor. I was doing very well. I was paying for him to go to Yale Law School. Very smart guy. Very, very smart guy. He doesn't even love you. And then what do? I go, is that true?
Gayle.
I know. Couldn't you cry for her? I could cry for her.
I could cry for her, but I also relate to her because I've been here before too. We've all been there where it's like,
where someone cheated?
I've been cheated on, yes. And
did you catch them?
I caught him through his technology.
Uh-huh.
And I
like that. I caught him through technology.
And
I went old school.
Yes. And unfortunately, I also saw him naked in the technology.
Yes.
But that moment, I think we can all relate to. Something just happens within you as a woman where you're just like, oh my God, like, did I do something wrong? Could I have been better? And there's like a weird thing where you're willing to fight for it because you need a second to regulate and you don't even know why you're fighting for it. look back at leaving, because you said there was the stability of your life, which I think is speaking to everyone who's been cheated on and stayed, right? And tried to stay. There is the stability of your life that you almost selfishly, understandably, are so dysregulated in that moment. You're like, you just want to go back to what you had.
Yes.
So you try to repair it. You go to therapy. You try to stay. You then are also in the garage, checking if the car is hot, looking in his pockets, checking if there's little love notes. Like,
and I didn't want to be that girl. Yeah.
How did you eventually know you had to leave?
Well, because I didn't like who I was. Who wants to live like that? I didn't want to be that person. And keep in mind, Alex, we still stayed in the big, beautiful house. We didn't have to move. I was still working. So it's not like I had to stay because he's, supporting us. It wasn't that. And I just started thinking about it. And I think, he probably wanted out of the marriage too, for whatever reason. And I remember that one therapist said, Gayle, this marriage can work if you become a doormat. He said to me, my ex said, I'll be so glad when this Gayle King shit is over. Now, listen, I was just a big fish in a little pond. I wasn't even, this. I didn't have this kind of prominence.
You got to check out the Gayle King interview. You can just go on YouTube, and she talks about how she caught her husband cheating on her. She came back from the airport. Unexpectedly, her flight got canceled. She comes back, and her husband meets her outside with just like a towel, just a towel around his waist, and he's naked, of course. And he's like, yo, you can't come in the house. Somebody's in there. And she's like, who, whatever. He says it's I'm cheating on you pretty much. And it ends up being like one of her good friends. And the best part of the story, it's not the best because it's sad for her, but the funniest part is that he's like, let me just take her home to her, her husband, or drop her off so that way her husband doesn't find out. And Gayle was like, okay. She let him take the side chick home.
If you want to see a prime example that both men and women cheat, the Gayle King interview that she did on Call Her Daddy, I never heard of that podcast before, but she definitely got the details. Gayle King goes over how her marriage ended. The story is wild. Y'all brace yourselves.
How did you walk in on
Well,
that?
this was back in the day when you would go. I used to drive myself to the airport then, Alex.
Yes, you did.
So I was in DC, and Kirby and Will were little. They were like 2 and 3 at the time. So I said, guys, we got to hurry, go. I'd driven myself to the airport, so I didn't even have time to call and say, look, the flight was da-da-da-da-da, I'm coming home. I didn't have time to do any of that. We got to the airport, got in the car, came home. And the alarm was set, which I thought, that's strange. Next thing I know, he comes flying out of the room and he's got a towel on. He goes, you can't come in. What do you mean you can't? I can't come in. What are you talking about? He goes, you can't come here. Come in. Someone's here. I go, someone like who? There's nobody here. I mean, get out of the way, Billy. There's nobody here. He goes, really? You can't come in. And so I start searching the house because I didn't believe him. I get down and there they are, or there she is, cowering behind the door in my towel, Alex. I said, I can't believe that you are here and that you are doing this. I can't believe that you are doing this.
She was your friend.
Yes. And I even said, I thought we were friends. It sounded so pitiful.
Your kids were in the house. How did you manage?
Well, I had a nanny. She was from Jamaica. And I said, Verge, take the children and go to the back room and shut the door. And she was married. And I said, I'm calling him, her husband. And he goes, don't call because they have a good marriage. They have a good marriage. The girl's pajama bottoms are in my bed. They have a good marriage. Where does he think she is? He thinks that she's away at a conference or something. So he goes, I'm going to take her to the train station so her husband can pick her up so he won't know. So they left and went to the train station. The only person I told was Oprah, the only person. And then she said, well, fuck him, call her husband.
Hold up, it gets worse. Listen to how her friend, the one else sleeping with her husband, tries to flip this once she gets back to her husband.
Now, by now, it's been 2 hours. So I call him and you know what he said? He said, she told me you would be calling. She said that you came home early, unexpected, and you drew the wrong conclusion. And she told me you would call and say that you thought they were having an affair. Masterful. Isn't that masterful?
Masterful.
So, and they were both doctors, psychologists, as another layer. He said to me, you are delusional and out of touch with reality, and I suggest you get some help. Well, then I said, okay, you think I should get some help? Does your wife have a pink satin pajama top? Does she have some green mint panties that go with that? And oh, by the way, give me a guy's name.
Richard.
By the way, Richard, there are semen stains in my bed. So am I delusional and out of touch with reality? And then I said, go fuck yourself. And I hung up the telephone.
Do you ever find out how long they had been together?
God, the more I think about this, because you know what I said? I said, Couldn't y'all go to a hotel? He said, that got expensive. When you say how long, I don't know.
Gayle.
See, keep in mind, I was gone all weekend. I know.
Gayle.
I can't believe the shit he said to me.
What
I
the
can't.
Gayle King supported her husband through law school. And when I say supported, I mean sponsor, because that's pretty much what she did. She sponsored him. She encouraged him. She did all the things that a virtuous wife, the wife that they tell us to be. She did all the things. She had 2 kids for him. And that still was not enough for him to not cheat on her. And not only did this man cheat on her, this man cheated on her with her close friend in their matrimonial home. When I say that these men, like, they don't care. Nothing. Even if you go to the moon and back, a man that wants to cheat is going to cheat. And do you want to know what his sorry excuse was? He was battling. Let me tell you what he was battling. He was battling insecurity because he saw that her career was rising and he wanted them to be private. What he really wanted was to be the moneymaker. There's so many things to say here, because it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. When you give a man money, that man will literally resent you. That is what because all the stories that I hear about when women help out their husbands, all they get in return is resentment. Because if he did not resent her, there is no way he would have betrayed her by not only cheating on her, but cheating on her with her close friend in their home, the home that they raised their 2 children. If that lady, the ex-friend, was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she could have harmed those children. She could have harmed Gayle, but these men, they don't think that far. They only think about themselves. And it's just so unfortunate, because that selfish decision that he made, what he did, changed the trajectory of their whole family. But thankfully, Gayle was able to walk away. Thank God she has a friend like Oprah, and Gayle King's career is still took off. She still went far. She's still doing well. And William Bumpus, imagine having a name like William Bumpus. It's not funny. I am so tired of women getting nothing in return for their loyalty. It just makes no sense. The fact that she sponsored this man through law school, supported this man or whatever through law school, and this is what he still did to her, and his excuse is that he wanted a private life and Gayle's career wasn't going to give them the private life that he wanted. Yeah.
A lot of people sometimes, when they come out after years of whatever and talk about something that happened a long time ago, they're probably coming up with like their own podcast or YouTube or something. So then they dig up some old long time ago story. It's been years and years and years. She's been Oprah's friend for a long time, and her kids have been grown. This is so long ago. So I find it interesting that somehow she's trending because she's now talking about what her ex-husband did and stuff like that with her best friend, and how her marriage just came to a crashing halt. But anyways, until next time.